Okay, Sri Hari, the topic is that I think you would have seen the photograph. There is a person called Sarva Priyananda. Okay,
Yeah.
he talks very well and he's coming to India. Then he's
Okay.
coming to Bangalore. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I've asked my sister to find out who is the coordinator here in Bangalore so that I can organize a one-on-one with the person who introduced Sarva Priyananda is Padma Shri, or rather her husband, and then all of you. So if you are okay, I can add your name also and give it to that coordinator saying that these many people will be visiting.
Okay.
So how much ever time he gives, we can utilize that much amount of time.
Yeah, I'm glad Lata will have an opportunity where he is now.
See, universe is arranging it.
Yeah.
Universe is arranging it for me.
Yeah, it is arranging it for you. So
When God is coming, we don't know what to ask.
Yeah, correct. I'm just thinking, I will go and sit and be there. Then I will not ask anything. Even same thing happened, right? Because last Guru Purnima only, that week, I got a chance to have a interaction with M in the via Zoom meeting. He called my name. I was not able to ask anything. I was just looking. That's it. He waited for some time and he booked it. So it's like that.
yeah, so he's going to have a discourse session. So whichever day that is, if it's a weekday or weekend or whatever, we can apply leave and you can go there. And my job is to introduce all of you to Swami Sarva Priyananda and just sit in one corner and relax.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, then Padma Shri can ask that questions. Jivan Mukta.
Yeah. And I think my sister has asked in a different way, and he has said first it is Saguna Brahman. If that doesn't work, then you have to go through Bhakti, then Jnana, then he has spoken all that, whatever we keep on speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that some people might never get it, but always you have to keep on trying and all that.
Mm-hmm. Get what?
Get any experience at all.
Okay.
So they might have the intellectual. She asked him, I believe that, or she wants to ask, or she asked. I think she asked, and she's now going to type something else to his personal email ID. So what he says is that there are various people who will not get any experience, no matter what they do.
Yeah, that may be true. Yes.
So he says that you need to keep on continuing with that rather than stopping it. So he has said that if the Chitta Shuddhi has not happened, then no experience can be there. That's what he says. Which anyway we have gone through it many number of times. So
what is that? Chitta Shuddhi.
Yeah. If the Chitta Shuddhi is not there, then you will not have experience. So on another way of doing it is what Sadhguru is doing is to do the Bhuta Shuddhi so that the Chitta Shuddhi happens. So that's another way of doing it. So let's say Chitta Shuddhi is the most difficult thing to happen, then you go through Bhuta Shuddhi. So like what Sri Hari's that Sri Chakra Yantra and Sri Vidya is, it's more about the Yantra. What is that going to be is on the Bhuta Shuddhi. Then you invoke the deity, which is the Bhakti there. And there are mantras that need to be recited in a particular order and all that. And after that, you will have the purification of the elements along with that purification of the Chitta. So you will be able to invoke the Devi. And then the Devi will guide what next to be done.
Srihari, Sri M is a, what do you say, the master of Sri Vidya.
Oh, okay.
He is an expert in that, and he has got initiated and he has achieved that in Himalayas. So he's, but so just I was wanting to tell you this many days and I keep forgetting. So now I remembered because this was brought in.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But does he explain something about that in any of his videos? I think he
One video I can share. So I think he will not give that Sri Vidya to everybody. He will check and then see whether that person is able and deserves it, and then only he will give.
Srihari, Lata has the personal ID of Sri M. So what you can do is you can take the personal email ID of Sri M and write to him, and don't expect the answer to come very next moment. So it will come to you. So once you explain what you do, so that he will then respond to it. If everything goes well, then you can join him or do what next action that needs to be done to intensify your practice on Sri Vidya.
Okay, yeah. That could be very helpful, Lata. Maybe the first video, if you can share that link also.
Yeah, I will share that video. I will share.
And if that fails, I have another person near my home who is a practitioner of Sri Vidya. You can come to my home and I can take you to his home.
So I'm sure if M is accepting you as a disciple, you're done. You don't have to look anywhere else. If he is not, then I think you can take the next.
Yeah, so I'm just giving an alternative also.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that will definitely. Yeah.
So you can continue a practice with Sri M.
Yeah. So I was just suddenly it came to my mind. So M has one group in Finland. Very nice group. So much of knowledge they have. I think much more than any of us on all. They talk about Sufism, Hinduism, Buddhism, everything. And I think M also has a quite good knowledge on everything actually. So in that one lady it's not Sri Vidya, it's about Kriya Yoga is talking about. So one lady was telling him that in this Kriya Yoga, I think first they do this Guru Mantra. Okay, so that Guru Mantra you have to chant for some time and then you have to get into the Kriya. So she was telling that I am chanting this Guru Mantra, but I am in that only I'm going to the blissful state, I am not able to do any Kriya. And then he said, okay, then you wait for some time and then again try. Then she was telling again when I try to do again, I'm going to the blissful state. Then he looked at her and told, okay, you are exempted from doing Kriya Yoga. And you can only do that Guru Mantra is done. And let her go. So then another one, so that was, then he said, okay, I'll give you to Babaji. Let Babaji take care. Then one more lady came and talked, saying she doesn't have time to do meditation and Kriya Yoga together. So is it okay if only do meditation? Then he was telling her, yeah, so you divide that whatever available time into two and do a little bit of Kriya and a little bit of meditation. Then he also explicitly told her, I am talking to you personally. I am talking to other lady that she doesn't have to do. It doesn't apply to you. You have to do it. So that's I don't know why it came to my mind suddenly. So I just was thinking like that. So, and another thing he keeps telling is once he has accepted you as a disciple, whether you meet him or not, he's always in the vision. That's what he says. So,
okay.
So just some background information for you.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it will be really, very, I don't know how to express. At least hearing this itself is very,
He is,
pleasing.
he
And
is there in he is there in Madanapalli. It's just 2 hours journey or 2.5 hour journey from
Bangalore.
here, Bangalore. So actually, I could also have gone. So there was an I am part of this WhatsApp group of this Bangalore Satsang group. So NM is not part of it, but generally. So there you get all information. So they are having the Shivratri celebration there in Madanapalli. So they are supposed to register and then go. So there are a lot of people going. So it's very nearby. You can also go. And there is also one lady who takes care of all his appointments and so on, Lakshmi. So she only gave me his personal email ID. Because Vilas, in between, I know maybe Shriyari doesn't know. Vilas told me that I cannot help you further, you go somewhere. So I got desperate. So I started writing to one public email ID of CM. Then I was not getting any response. So then I was asking again, and then she gave me his personal email. It's not that he told me, ask Vilas only. Whatever it is. So that's how I got his email ID.
So are you also now initiated into this?
No. I am not initiated into anything, Shriyari.
You are already self-initiated, Lata. You had that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm sure that I was doing some things in my previous lives, because immediately after I started doing some meditation, it will not open up otherwise. Those visions and all. I'm sure I was doing something, but I don't know what I was doing. But there was something which I was doing. That I am very, very sure. No doubt about it. Okay, fine. So this is the background for Sriyari on M. And by the way, he is a Muslim.
It doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. So he's anyway realized, and I'm sure he's a Jivan Mukta. You listen. I have listened to him enough, so you can make out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. That's all. Now you go back to Vivekachudamani.
So, Sri Hari, your day is done.
Not just a day, yeah.
At least the day is done.
Yeah. I've been meaning to tell you for so many days, but I don't know why it is always slipping my mind. And today, anyway, I remembered. So.
Good. See, tomorrow is Shivratri, I think so, right?
Yeah, tomorrow Shivratri. I should have told you earlier. You could have gone and met him.
No,
Because now the registration is all closed. A lot of people are going. You could go there, stay there, be with him.
no,
I was also thinking, I don't have the opportunity to go.
no, Lata, you can
Otherwise
give.
I would have gone.
No, you can give. You can give Lakshmi's number. Let him try. If he is lucky, who knows? Tomorrow he will be there in that place.
Yeah. So I don't know whether I have Lakshmi's number. Oh, must be in that WhatsApp group. It must be there. I will check.
It should be there. Otherwise, how will you chat with her?
Yeah, no, I was not chatting. That was a public email ID.
Oh,
So she used to reply, Lakshmi, like that.
Okay, so let's see if his Sri Vidya is very strong, then it will get a connection to him too.
Yeah, that is what he has also told. If you are meant to get Sri Vidya, it will come to you somehow.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling that he should be able to go tomorrow.
Oh.
So it shouldn't be a big, what I call, obstacle.
Mm.
So whatever he is doing, if he can do it after this class and give a call or write or whatever it is, I think that would fetch him what he's looking at. So tomorrow Sri Hari would be on a holiday. So no release owner role. You are going to get released by Sri M. Okay, so let's go on the Sanchita Karma.
Yeah, sure.
So we had done 448 and now we are coming to 449. Yat Kritam Swapna. I think we did that also. 448. Punyam va papam. Oh, let me anyway read. Yat Kritam Swapna Velayam Punyam va papam Ulbanam Supta Uttishta Yasya Kim Tat Syat Swargaya Narkaya Va. Okay, so there are two extreme positions here. One is Swarga and one is Narka. So Narka is filled with suffering and Swarga is filled with pleasure. So Yat Kritam Swapna Velayam. Whatever is imagined in the dream, in one's dream. Punyam va papam ulbanam. Whether it be a meritorious or an intensely sinful. Supta uttishtasya kim tat syat. On arising from sleep, can all those dream karma Swargaya Narkaya va take one to heaven or to hell? So this Sanchita Karma, that is the 448 and 449th verse, is the sum of all karmic results which are flowing evenly in everybody. At the moment of realization, all past karma, regardless of how long ago they were, vilayam yati. That means they go away. So now the question comes how that happens. So he gives a dream experience. In dream, there is no karma. There is only karya which is happening. And if you even accept that is I who was dreaming, it is not true because there is no I in that dream. So if you were to consider this waking state itself as a dream, then there is no Sanchita Karma which will operate. Even though you have done a most noble action or an ignoble action, it doesn't really matter. So there is nothing called as just or unjust. Because when the ego is not there, when the identity is not there, the karma is attached to the identity. If the identity itself is not there, there is no karma. So the Sanchita Karma does not operate. Any questions? Anything you want to discuss? Yeah, but you want to say something or shall I move to 450?
I think no, this is clear to me. No issue. We can go to next.
Okay. Lata, Srihari, have anything or shall I move?
Yeah, we can move.
Okay. Now come to Agami Karma, future. Swam asangam udasinam parignyaya nabho yatha na shilishyati cha yat kinchit kadachit bhava karma bihi. So swam sangam udasinam, one's own self is detached and indifferent. Parignyaya nabho yatha, just as a sky, by realizing well its own nature. Na shilisyati cha yat kinchit, never it is concerned in the least about any type or anything. Kadachit bhavi karma bihi, any time of the action that yet to be performed. That means in the agami karma, the self is literally indifferent and unattached. Only the mind is attached to it, whereas nothing else is attached to it. What it means is that mind projects and feels what would be the type of karma that is going to come. But as far as the consciousness goes, it is neither attached, and in fact it is indifferent to the agami karma. Continuation of that is 451st verse, and when we will see what we will get out of it. Na navaha ghata yogena sura gandhena lipyate tatha atma upadhi yogena tad dharmaihi na eva lipyate. The sky, by its contact with the jar, that is the space created in the jar, suragandha lipyate, affected by the smell of any liquor in the jar. Tatha atma upadi yogena, even so the self by its contact with the upadis, tad dharmaihi na eva lipyate, can never be affected by the latter's property. So this is an action which will accrue in the future by the actions that we are doing now. So with the sanchita, the karmas we perform now will become responsible for its own future. But if you look at Jivan Mukta, he does not have his consciousness at all in the mind. He is merged with everything. He is not here, but already having reached there. And due to that, he seems to be acting, but really he is not present here. And due to that reason, there is no past and the future. And he has got nothing to do with the karmas. So he is completely cut off from all the karmas. So the sky, if you look at the sky, is not bothered about the clouds, not bothered about the birds flying there, it is not bothered about the sun appearing, it is not bothered about anything that is happening down or up or wherever it is happening. In the same way, if we take a jar of wine, so the jar, or let's take a bottle of wine, it has intoxicant, but the bottle is not intoxicated by that intoxicant. In the same way, the Atma, even though the manas, buddhi, indriyas and all that are totally intoxicated in the worldly thing, it by itself is not intoxicated in anything. So this is what happens to a saint and and also for a normal person. Normal person is ignorant that the Atma doesn't have anything to feel, whereas the mind feels it. That means the screen feels it, but the Chitta doesn't have any feeling. But that is not known. And hence it occupies the karma. So the screen of consciousness, called as a waking consciousness, takes all the karma because that is how it is connected. So if you look at the sky is never bound to anything. And if you were to consider yourself to be that sky, Nabha, then you are totally unbound. All the boundaries, everything will come because you are seeing, or we are seeing ourselves as an individual as against seeing it as a universal whole. The sky is there everywhere. You can't say that this is my sky or that is his sky or her sky. Sky is sky. Similarly, you cannot cut the consciousness and say that this is my consciousness, that is her consciousness, and that is that person's consciousness. Consciousness is consciousness. If we stick to that, there is no prarabdha, there is no sanchita, there is no agami.
one small question here.
Yes.
So, when we are completely away from this karma bandhana, that means we are jivan mukta, all these lakshanas. So this jivan mukta means a stage where there is no kalmasha, zero.
Yes.
It's a purest. If there's a small kalmasha, he is not a jivan mukta. That means he is yet to reach that jivan mukta stage.
Correct.
So in this life, before prarabdha is over, if he is not able to achieve jivan mukta stage, if again out of while birth, maybe you need some 100% effort to do that, but we have put 99%, 1% remaining. That means I have to take another birth. So when I take another birth, are you sure that we will get the same another birth of human being, or it can be anything else?
It will be human being and above. It won't be below.
Above means Deva not possible, right? It has to be human being only.
Why?
Superhuman.
No, you will.
Deva means our earlier understanding. In Deva, you will not get mukti, moksha. For that, you have to come back to.
No, you will not get mukti. But since you have already realized, and punya phala is there, it will first make you stay in the heavenly realm of existence, and then come back to human realm of existence after the exhaustion of the punya phala, so that the balance is there. So when you come back, when that person comes back, he remembers everything. So where this is covered, it is covered in Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter, where Arjuna asks Krishna, Yoga Brashta, what happens to him?
Yeah, so then now coming to his life. Generally, human being life is average life is 80 years. So he will be there till that is exhausted, right? That means when he is a small kid, say 6 months, when the karma is over, there's a possibility that he will go away.
Yes. He might pass out any time, but he will see end of everything before he passes out. Let's say as a child.
So you don't need that 80 years to clear all this karma.
No, because only that much amount is remaining.
Yeah. See, now during that stage, he has taken birth, giving pain to mother and a lot of expectations in that family. Now they will become too much worried, because if this person goes away,
correct,
that worry itself, their worry itself is a problem for him, right?
No.
Because he is the creator of all those worries.
No, they are creator of their worries. He is not creator of, he is creator of his worry. Nobody creates any worry for anyone. It is you who create it for yourself. For a Jivan Mukta,
no. My question is, because he is departing from that family, all the people around, a 6 months old baby dies. Just imagine. Everybody will start worrying, crying, and all that. Is it not giving a pain to other person? It's a pain, right? Because of this only it happened. Because of this guy's prarabdha karma of 6 months. He is going to a nice place, but others are worried. It may be, see, if they are worried, means there has to be some Rinanubandha. We discussed the other day Rinanubandha. As per the Rinanubandha, because of Rinanubandha, they are crying. That means they have done something problem for him in the previous birth, and in this birth, they are experiencing that worries.
No, it is like this. Let me put it in a right perspective. Now, number one, he is taking birth. Not that they are making him take birth.
Yeah.
Correct. Runanubandha is that he should have some runa with them, or they should have some runa with him. So let's say, why 6 months? Let's put a good amount of age and then see what happens. Let us put 15 years, where the attachment is even more to the parents. A 15 or 16-year-old child is a teenager. From the age of 5, he is totally cut off from samsara, because that is the lakshana of a a realized person. So when he comes to this place, he is not connected with everyone, but he keeps everyone happy. Okay. His nature is what? Ananda. Correct? If the others benefit out of it, they are in Ananda. What if they get attached to him? Like the parent,
Dukkha.
they are going to have dukkha in one way or the other way. Let us say he goes to another country, they will still have dukkha. They only know that he is alive, but they are not meeting him anyway.
Yeah.
Just like now you are in America, but you are in Bangalore. Now we are all working in a day here. You cannot change that into a day just because you are in America. It is night only for you. So you can't change that event. So do you know what is happening at your home right now? No. You have to imagine there is your home and it is secured and everything is perfectly working. But you don't know what really is happening. That is dukkha in real sense. You just imagine house is working. So when you are back to India, you imagine that your daughters are doing very well and they are happy and they are doing what they are doing, and you keep on imagining that. But for a Jivan Mukta, there is no imagination, or sorry, for a realized person, there is no imagination. When he lands here to finish off his prarabdha, he is not connected with anyone, but others might be connected with him. That is not his problem anyway.
So he is not creating any more karma because of which others are unhappy.
Yes, he is not creating any karma, right? He is not promising anything, anything which will create a karma. So there is.
So which means if I do any activity of my own, I am talking about now our case.
Correct.
We may fire somebody, something can happen around because of our actions.
Correct.
If I have not done anything intentional,
then
there is no karma attached to me.
Exactly.
Others may feel problem, but nothing is attached.
Nothing is attached to you. So let us say I am the manager and I have to put somebody on PIP. I am not putting him on PIP. The organization is asking him to put him on PIP by talking to him, saying that look, you are not done as per what the role is demanding, and he argues with me, and then I don't lose my cool. I will only smile at him, saying that look, this is what we are finding from your work. So we will put you on PIP. And then after some time, that person will not be able to perform, let's say. And that I will say that, look, don't mistake me. It is not I who is personally doing it. From the work what you have done, this doesn't suit you here. So we are terminating you. Personally, I don't have anything against him. No ill will, no trying to target him or anything like that.
But intention will be there, right?
Intention of what?
Fulfilling the task given to me.
No, you are at present, when I am working at the office, there are expectations. So you are meeting that expectation. So
Yes.
In the process of meeting expectations, so many things are going to happen. But I shouldn't be disturbed by that event. Be it home or be it office, I shouldn't be disturbed with that event. So let's say, as an example, I am supposed to be talking.
No, I got what you're talking.
You got
that
it.
means.
Yeah.
That means we are not going to do any karma if our intention is pure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So whether it is home or at office or on road or for country or for this or that, as long as you are not getting agitated, as long as you are not getting desire for this or that, you are perfectly fine to do whatever you have to do in that role. So there is no animosity on anyone, because it's all you only. The Jivan Mukta.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, now Jivan Mukta, I am now watching TV. Then I see that Ukraine problem. And when I see that, I can do maximum something good wishes only for all the people.
Yes, absolutely. Whether it is Russians or it is Ukraine, you have in your mind, you don't have Ukraine or Russia. So let me give you a correct example in this, or the same example. How do you have to see? So there is Jagat. So thinking that there is a Ukraine and Russia is a Jagat. Now we come to GV. You can see Russians are also suffering. So-called Russians are also suffering. So-called Ukrainians are also suffering. They are suffering due to hunger. They are suffering due to thirst. They are suffering due to not having homes, money, or oil, or this or that, or whatever. Right? So there is suffering. But the consciousness is only one. Whether it is called as Ukraine, or you call it as Russia, we call it as India, or call it as Pakistan or Bangladesh or this or that, doesn't matter. It's all consciousness only. So when I see as consciousness, where is the question of GV also? Doesn't exist. And Jagat also doesn't exist. So now I'm in Ishvara. So the realization is that this Ishvara in everyone is realization. Jivan Mukta is that it is Parameshvara. Complete. It's like the sky. No division. So if I'm a realized person, where I'll be born? Into a family which fits into my realization. Oh, sorry. It fits into the family which will take me to the Jivan Mukta state. So I will know where I'll be born. And I'll finish that and go away. So the moment I see TV and I find that this is Russia and this is Ukraine and this is India, this is Pakistan, this is America, this is that, this is this, that, I'm in Jagat. So when in Jagat, it's always pain to make the Jagat true. It is Mithya, but you make it true. So the person starts jumping around with that false identity of the Jagat, and the GV is getting tortured. Actually speaking, what is Ukraine and Russia? It's GVs only, right?
Yes.
And you see the fun part, but they are using Russia as she and Ukraine also as she. And when we talk India, they put a feminine gender. Is the country feminine and masculine? It's very funny, right?
It is just country.
A country is made out of so many people. It includes both masculine people and feminine people and gender neutral people also. And also animals, and also birds, and also insects, and also plants. But the way we put it is, she will not get this. Who is that she? And this is what is called a Jagat. It doesn't exist. Absolutely fabricated. There is not even 1% of truth in that. At least if we talk from GV, the being, we can see, oh, this person is suffering, and you can see everyone is suffering, irrespective of whatever might be the condition. Whether they have money, they are suffering. They don't have money, they are also suffering. They're suffering for food, shelter, clothing, medicine. Everyone, every one of us. That's all what we are fighting for. So, GV is okay. But who is powering on the GV is Ishvara only. So since mind cannot see this, there are I'm from my old company. We have a WhatsApp group, but in that WhatsApp group now, in the last 3-4 days, at least there are around 200 plus messages on Ukraine and Russia. And it is such a waste of time, because Jagat is true, all the energy is going on that, and that's the reason Madhvacharya is so right. Jagat Satya, Brahman Satya, because you will never be able to see that there is no thing called as that country in the first place. There's only GVs there, and GV is totally forgotten. Everything is on Jagat. So there would if I start reading it and I get really pissed off by that, what am I getting pissed off with? Jagat. The anger is coming on Jagat. What am I using? Ishvara. So who is suffering? GV. So GV, Jagat, Ishvara. Because of Jagat, the GV is suffering and taking power from Ishvara, which the Ishvara is unconnected with whatever it is. So the GV goes on taking new birth one after the other because it loves to suffer. So how do we end the suffering? Remove the Jagat. Then the GV suffering is seen everywhere. Then you remove the GV. Then you only see Ishvara. So there is no Ukraine, there is no Russia, there are no wars, no famine, no what we can say earthquakes or this or that. It is just part of play of Ishvara. Everything comes and everything goes. Any comments?
Yeah. Clear.
So that's all we are supposed to see, but the moment we put some identity over there, you have an identity crisis and the fight starts in the mind. Are they right? Are they wrong? And the amount of story creation it does is horrifying. So first we have to withdraw ourselves from Jagat, because that's fabricated. And in Jagat comes all father, mother, brother, sister, this one, that one. Actually, they're all are GVs waiting for their judgment to be given, and they're serving their sentence. So each one of us are serving our sentence in the samsara. So now the compassion will start, because nobody is going anywhere. They are serving their sentence. The prison is different, but the sentence is the same. You have to search for food, you have to search for shelter, you have to search for clothing, you have to search for medicine. That's all what it is. And there is no contentment, because there is always Jagat. See, now another question. What's the difference between you and Sarva Priyananda? Can anybody answer? I had asked this question in the morning to my wife, with that photograph of 4 people sitting there, or 3 people sitting there. So my question is, what's the difference between you and Sarva Priyananda?
Only mind.
No. Or what's the similarity between you and Sarva Priyananda?
In that level, all are same, Brahman. Now the only difference is the mind only, the mind and the other stuff.
Okay, so
Isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. So we have to do it in this way, and you can immediately go to the Brahman state of existence right here, right now.
Yeah, correct. So if you see anybody, and if you can see that Brahman, the self, anything you see, even the cockroach and ant or the bird or anybody who comes, if you can see that self, then you are all the same. Then you will see there's no difference, absolutely no difference between you or Sarva Priyananda or anybody.
Yes, so what I wanted to say is steps to be followed to do that. Can you tell me the steps how to go there?
Steps. See, if you are able to remove all the outer stuff, that your name, your designation, your place you are from, one by one, you remove everything, and then finally you remove your male or a female, and also you remove your human being or whatever. Like that, you go, and then you will reach there.
Okay, you're almost.
That's one way.
No, you're almost right on that. No, there are no two ways, Lata. There's only one way.
Yeah, correct.
You're almost come there, but not quite there.
Not quite there.
Not quite there. So how to do it? 5 steps. First step. Who came first? The body came first or the name came first? What's the answer?
Body came first.
So there was no name, right?
Then, no, there was no name.
So stop there only.
You associated the name to that.
Stop. So body came first, correct? All of us agree?
Yes.
Okay. Even our children,
Yeah, that's
same thing?
true. Yes.
Okay. Body came first. What did the body do next after coming out?
Started growing.
That's all what it does, correct? Did you grow by any chance? Any inch?
No.
No.
We didn't. No, you did not grow at all.
You have not grown even today.
Even today, you are not grown. That's
Right.
true.
Right? Agree? You can see it.
Yes, I can see it. Yes.
All of us can see it. Bhatt and Srihari, are you growing?
Yes, yes.
So you're not growing, right?
No, not quite.
Not
Only the
quite.
body is growing.
So you can visibly see your body is growing. Third one. If that name was given, can any name be given and erased?
Yes, you can. People change their names in between, right?
Yes. So that means you can put a name and you can erase the name, right? If the name can be created and erased, can the relationship be created and erased?
Yes, it can be.
Okay. The last step. Then do you have any relationship with anyone?
No.
That's all. 5 steps.
That's what I was telling earlier, right?
No, but I know you're almost there, but not quite there, because you have to first question who came first. And keep on practicing it. You will see all the time the 4 elements have come first than you. That means they were there before you, they will be there right now, and they will be there after you. Yes or no?
Yeah, it is from the existing universe only all this has been assembled and held together.
Yes.
And then it will go.
It will not go anywhere. It will stay wherever it is.
Yes.
Okay. So that means you never came first.
Yes.
Now, if you don't come first, will you go last then?
You are not going and coming anywhere.
Yes, that clearly shows that you were never born in the first place.
Yeah, I am jumping the answers. Maybe I should give to Bhatt and Srihari also.
No, you're not jumping the answers. You are answering. So they both also can. It's all about seeing, Lata. Nothing extraordinary in this. Who is coming first? The body. That means these elements existed from the beginning. You did not bring these elements, right?
No.
No. Then the body was coming, so somebody named you as something in their mind.
Yes.
So if something is created in the mind, then does it remain? No. If can you have relationship? No. Then you never existed to go anywhere. If you're able to see like that, you can immediately have that experience of bliss.
Yeah, immediately it will come. In an instant it will come.
That's all. So now you are realized what is the truth. So if you want to be liberated, practice all the time. So the kalmasha will go away. At no point in time it will allow you to have those kalmasha or impurities. What is the impurity? Knowing that you have a name. Then knowing that you have a name, you set a relationship. And now you struggle with that relationship. Because it is yours. What do you say, Srihari and Bhatt?
There is no relation, anything.
So can you stay like that?
But mind brings all the relations.
Yes. So is there anything called as mind other than the named relationships? Nothing is there.
Yeah, those things are closely connected.
And hence you create Jagat. Hence mind creates Jagat. And Jagat has names and relationship. And country and continent and this and that, and keep on fighting endlessly for survival. Of what? Of that name. See, the excitement is to meet Sarvapriyananda. So now the question comes, who came first? Sarvapriyananda came first, or some other name was there for him? It was some other name. Was that his body came first or his name came first? Body came.
But there is something called knowledge, right? There's a difference.
No, knowledge is
knowledge.
Knowledge is universal. It is not related to a particular person.
But between two people, there is a difference in that knowledge level.
Yeah,
Lata, you are trying to say something.
I was going to divert the topic. That's why I kept quiet. So yesterday I think Sarvapriyan probably was telling this. The Swami Tapovan, he was a very, he used to have follow strictly those, he used to torture himself, I guess, by austerities. So he was, you stay in Himalayas, and then he will take Vedanta classes. And only qualified people are allowed to attend. Okay. So, and one day he will teach, and next day whatever has been learned has to be repeated. And nobody is allowed to take notes. And if anybody is not able to repeat whatever, even one bit also, a little bit also, something is forgotten, then that person is thrown out of the class. Next day onwards he cannot come. So Swami Chimyananda was part of that class. Okay. So he understood everything of Vedanta, everything, and then he always had a doubt. If only Brahman is there, why we have to know about Jagat and Ishvara and Jiva and all that stuff? He had that question. Okay. So normally Swami Tapovan will not allow anybody to ask questions. He'll say, you go think and come. Like that it is. So he had this question. So one day in the morning, one day when he was starting the class, he said, bring me a glass of water. Okay, so Swami Siddhananda went here to walk, climb down some mountain and get one. He took one glass of water and came in one brass glass and gave. Then that Swami Tapovan shouted at him, "What is this?" Then you asked for a glass of water. Then he said, "I asked only for water. Why are you bringing in the glass?" And in that moment, Swami Chinmayananda understood what is all this Jagat and Ishvara and all Jiva is all about.
Yes, that's correct.
So that's suddenly I got remembered about that.
Yeah, Chinmayananda in many of his lectures he has explained that.
Okay. First time I'm hearing it from Sarvapriyananda only, this one.
No, I think even I heard some 5 months back.
No, if you go through his Kathopanishad discourses of Chinmayananda, he explains how Tapovan Maharaj used to treat all his disciples. And the same thing he says, he asked me to fetch water and I took water in a vessel and he shouted at me that how dare you bring water in the vessel? Then he was perplexed. How would anybody bring water then? So that was a practical Vedanta.
Yeah, that's a practical Vedanta.
So this if we were to practice, so my question here was, what's the difference between you and Sarvapriyananda, or what is the similarity between you and Sarvapriyananda? We have 1 more minute left, so if you don't have time right now, then you think it over and we'll take it as the first subject tomorrow.
Okay.
What's the similarity and what's the difference?
Between whom?
Between you and Sarvapriyananda, what is
He answered a little bit, no?
Who, me?
No, we all answered a little bit.
Little bit is not what I want. By now you are all Jivan Muktas, right? So you should answer it in a way a Jivan Mukta will answer.
Okay.
So take your time and we'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, fine.
So 2 questions. Yeah. What is similarity? What are the differences?
Yeah.
Okay. Good day then.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
But good night. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Good day. Class and all.